Well, today marks the first day of the Public Service Commission's hearing about whether or not to approve Duke Energy's request to raise rates 12%. The afternoon meeting was filled with heated questions aimed at Duke from the commission. All commissioners were at the three packed public meetings last week when one after another customers voiced their complaints about high bills, smart meters, customer service, and a number of other issues. And today they were able to ask Duke directly about the things said. Fox Carolina was the only upstate station in Columbia for that hearing, and we brought you live streaming coverage online and in our app. Fox Carolina's Kayla Conboy joins us live in Columbia this afternoon. So, Kayla, the hearing I know is still going on. What are some of the big points that have been brought up?
Well, each commissioner has focused on something new, but it keeps coming back to the money. They're trying to figure out how much is too much. And Duke Energy is asking for the rate raise, but is also trying to up the basic facilities charge. That's the amount you're charged before you even flip on the lights. Right now it sits at $8.29. Initially, Duke's request was to get it to $28 a month. But after seeing the amount of people who showed up at the public meetings, they went back and revised it. More than 1,000 people attended those meetings. 165 testified, many of them saying if this fee stayed that high, they wouldn't be able to support themselves or their families. They've now agreed to meet the number the Office of Regulatory staff recommended, which is $11.96 a month.
The time we filed, we absolutely believed that that was the reasonable thing to do. But haven't heard the feedback, certainly haven't heard some of the testimony filed about gradualism. We took a second look, we stepped back, and we said, perhaps that's not the right thing to do now.
It's still going to have a negative impact on energy efficiency. It's going to have a negative impact on low-income customers. I mean, it's still a 44% increase in a fee that no one can avoid paying.
The commission thanks them for dropping the charge down, but they are still in the process of figuring out if the raise is fair. Duke tells the commission they need the money for coal ash basins, generating cleaner energy, and keeping up with the growing customer demands. Now, the commission does have until May 8th to make their final decision, but a decision could come as soon as next week. Duke Energy will continue to be cross-examined by them along with several other organizations, including Upstate Forever. And coming up next, we're going to be talking about smart meters. It's something that a lot of people brought up in those public hearings. It's been very heated. One man telling the commission that his bill doubled after one of these was installed. So coming up at 5, you can hear what Duke has to say about them.